How's it going, everybody? Welcome to this tutorial. This is the tutorial nobody asked for, and today we're going to take a look at how I create the illustrations that accompany the 3D printed figures from Tiger Skull RPG. And this is my Photoshop screen. This is CS6 or something like that. But you should be able to do everything that we're doing right today. You should be able to do in just about any version of Photoshop, I think, whatever you're running, whichever operating system you're on. So yeah, this is kind of, I think, my most fun part of the process. This is where I've got the scene pretty much figured out, and I've rendered off all my layers. I've sculpted everything here in Zbrush, and then I've provided myself with a ton of render passes, and these are rendered at 7,000 pixels wide. So there's quite a bit to work with here. And yeah, so this is kind of what I go through as I create these things. It's like a lesson on compositing, I suppose, because that's kind of what we're doing here. So there's a mixture of different like lighting angles I've done, and you know, to catch casted shadows, and some matte caps have different different material reads on them that I find are really useful for compositing. It's kind of like lighting as well. As you can see, there's kind of, in this one, like we'll look at this pillar for example, there's sort of a hot highlight on the right side and on the left side, and that's really handy to be able to kind of light things. This is like, I mean, it looks super noisy right now, but you can be really selective with it and kind of create, like, you can sort of make a little studio light setup on any item you want. So it's kind of gives you the ability to focus on whatever item you want to draw attention to. So, and then these two layers at the top here, this is my normal layer, and what's nice about this is I can come in and select side lighting, top-down lighting, or depth information in the blue channel, and then yeah, that's just kind of handy to be able to just kind of, when you're crafting your lighting, which I'm going to do and show you real soon. It's just really handy. But what I want to do is, it's kind of, I wish, so you can see the ZBrush gradient back here, and I sort of wish that wasn't the case, because yeah, my backgrounds kind of, they end at some point. I don't model to infinity, so I need to I guess what I need to do here is, what I want to do is fill in the background and make it kind of unreadable. I want to fade. I want to fade with my depth channel. But it's kind of breaking the illusion here. If I hide my selection, see, there's kind of like this little crevice of light here. So I've got a few layers at the bottom. I don't want to break everything, but this is my standard beauty shot. It's super dark. I don't know how much of it you can see, but this is sort of like, I've done all the texturing in ZBrush, and just some basic kind of lighting of what, like, generally what I want the scene to have. Basically what I'll do is, for my beauty shot, which is sort of like this is what I start from. I picked the lighting that I really feel is like the dominant lighting of the scene, and this is actually I just chose sort of a front light for this shot because a lot of time you'll see in horror film stuff, it's pretty much front lit, almost like, and the idea, I think, is imagine it's, you know, your cell phone camera or a flashlight. It's right in front of you, or you're holding a torch or something, and you're in darkness, and everything else is perfectly dark, and kind of you're shining the light forward. It's a very creepy lighting setup. So that's why I just chose a front light for this to start with. Oops, just have my selection here. So, but anyway, I just wanted to show you that. It's got a few layers. I try not to use too many layers, like as few as possible, really. But see here if this is working. But I just kind of label them with the effect that's applied. And by the effect, I mean the layer style here. Yeah, that crack is maybe too prominent. I might need a paint layer. I think I'll need a paint layer on top of everything. I'm going to put a paint layer right at the top here of the stack. I'm just going to call this standard. I just want to paint, well, just kind of like to paint over everything. And I'm just going to control the contrast with this. Maybe and I'll go in and erase with like a texture brush. Again, this workflow is not really anything I expect anyone to pick up or use for themselves because it's so specific to what I like to do in my skill set, which is sculpting and compositing. Let's just leave it at that for now. Maybe I'll move this down lower. This here. Oh, whoops. Oh, above this though. Oh yeah, I was just color correcting the bricks here. Yeah. Okay. I feel like the scene is still kind of. It's kind of bright. It's kind of. I don't know, maybe too bright. I had some reference. I was kind of looking at this, and we're not anywhere close to the feel of like the realism of this, but yeah, that'll come. It'll get there. Oh, oops, pop back. Visiting scene, and it's really that's really intense. You know, between the characters that I'm going to layer in here and the environment, it's almost 200 million triangles worth of sculpted geometry here. So I'm going to take my levels and I'm just going to play around with. I'm just going to do some compositing. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Maybe I don't even need to do much more than that. This is already, I think, helping. Maybe I'll paint it out a little bit though. Okay, so just paint it. I always paint out around the fire a little bit because it's going to illuminate. Yeah, okay. Down here, no. It's kind of trial and error, you know? Maybe this wall would catch a little bit of light. Cool. Okay. I think this is a good starting point. Like, I put a lot of work into sculpting the background and all that, but if I'm honest, like, I really don't want too much attention to be drawn to the background. So I kind of like how dark and subtle it is right now. Okay, so then what do we do next? What I want to do is make the lighting a bit more true to the form that's underneath, I guess. You know, sculpt with the lighting a little bit, and then I also want to imply some fire else that's off screen in the same manner. But what we'll do first is paint in some firelight. So let's see here. I want to use this. I could use this. I could use this too. So in my channels, I've copied a lot of these layers in here as just selections. So let's just pick one of these fires, and we'll start there. So we're gonna have some heavy side lighting. Oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Let's see how many passes I have here. Some depth. Let's do this one. This one is very straightforward and very fiery. I guess what I mean by that is it's high contrast and it's lit from left to right. So let's just go with that for now. I'm going to paint on a standard layer first. I find with lighting, it's good to just try and paint with a, maybe I want this a little warmer actually. I like to paint with just a regular paint layer first, and then spice it up a little bit with like a blend mode layer, like maybe an overlay or something. And let's try and really get some interesting color in here. So that's probably okay. I'm going to switch to like a texture brush, maybe something like this. Let's get my highlights out. Maybe just too much. No, maybe that's too much. Let's try a lower opacity. Number 2. Let's try more color. Yeah, that's too much. It's not bad. See, yeah, the scene's starting to come to life a little bit there. And then, okay, so let's make another layer. So this will be my standard layer. And I still have my selection. I've just been hiding it. But let's make a, this is one of my favorite layers to make, a black color dodge layer, and this is, I think, a very cool lighting layer. If you have an effect like electricity or some really intense fire or maybe just some magic, then that's what you use the. I mean, I don't really have to do it because usually every time I see a black fill like this, I know what I'm using it for. For some crazy lighting stuff. Maybe pick a different, because I don't want to just paint over the same. Oh, this one is good. Let's do this one because there's some more breakup on this, so that might be good. Okay. So I got selection, and let's get white. I'm just going to use a regular soft. And then you can see this color dodge layer is just a little bit more energy to it, you know. I guess this is a little bit inaccurate here. So no highlight on that side. I might need to get a different mask later. Let's go all the way up. I don't want to go too far down. We're sort of getting into shadow here. And I might even kind of mask it out a little bit. Maybe here I'll even erase just a little. So now the fire feels like it's really there and not just on top of the scene. It feels like it's in the world a little bit. I might extend it a little further even. Let's see. It might look weird, but it might look okay. This one. Actually, what I might do is I'll show you guys what I use this normal layer for. So these normal maps are pretty handy. Let's come to your channel, get our side lit one, which is our red. So copy it all, Control A, Control C, Control V, and then so this looks like we're being lit right to left. Right now we want left to right, and we just let's adjust the contrast here because I don't want to paint all this mid-tone gray. I don't want to paint that at all. So let's do like this. Let's up the contrast a little bit, maybe like that. Let's try this. And I'm just going to be careful not to paint on this wall because we kind of already liked the way that wall was looking at me. And I'm going to Control H, hide them. And grab this guy. Oh, that's too much, I think. Let's get a cooler color. This is too much even still. And these are metal here, so that's why I think it's okay to really push the highlights that are coming off here. And sometimes I'll just like see what kind of effects I get. It's not really necessary. Cool. Maybe I'll even play up the shadowing effect here. Let's see if this works. My standard layer. Huh. Oh, let's lose our mask. I'm gonna undo. Oops, where's the mask? Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah. So I'm just gonna. I feel like this is a bit. Where am I? Let's do this one. Yeah, I'm starting to get a lot of layers here. Let's erase this. This is the one we want. Okay. Cool. I think that's all right. Maybe we can go a little bit hotter with this. So I'm just going to paint in here with white. Is that too much? I think so. I might even get another gray. Cool. Okay, that's good, I think. Let's move to this next fire. Yeah, okay, let's move over to this one now. This might work. This one, let's try this one, but we need a new layer. So I want to play with the levels on it. I don't have a selection here. Let's try this. Yeah, that's more what I was expecting. Just trying to, I really want this to be pretty much graphic, almost black and white. So I'm going to get a lot of the gradient effect from my brush strokes, so I think that's okay. Let's select this. And then again, we're going to, let's hide this because it's crazy looking, right? Which color do I want? This one, I think. I want warmer than that. Not even too much. It's coming down too far. Okay, let's move up to color dodge. I think I'm going to turn my mask off. It might be too sharp, might be too much contrast, I think. Let's fade it out a little as we go back. really need it on the metal here. Let's grab it. Let's make, so yeah, we're gonna have to go back to our normal layer and make side lighting. Side lighting channel. We want red. Copy paste that in. Looks like this is the right lighting we want. Let's crunch it down. This is what we want. Okay, select that. And you can really see the faceting in my sculpt there. It's kind of rough, isn't it? You know, it's a little bit like you don't really want to see the polygons when you're doing this, but that's okay. We're going to fix that later. How's this? Erase a little bit of this. I think it's bleeding onto the side of the wall a bit too much. Let's just do that for now. Alright, let's catch some of the side of the brick. I feel like we're not really getting that. Some of this in here. Yeah, I think this is a good one. And then touch some highlights. Yeah, something like that. Maybe I'll make it a bit warmer. I feel like firelight tends to really kind of go here. Even this is not hurting over here. I think that helps actually. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it just works. But let's turn it down a little bit. The thing about firelight is, this is an underlight layer here, and firelight almost always has an underlighting effect to it. I need to do this standard shit first. Something like that. So if I group these, you'll see the fires in the scene a little bit more. And so we've got some lighting here. Is that my selection? Which one is that? Is it this one? I think it might have been this one. I think it was this one. This underlight is very handy here. If you're not sure what kind of lighting you want to build, I mean, it never hurts to just render off passes that you might want that you're not sure of. But it's better to have it and be able to experiment with it and not have it. kind of coming from the other side, so it's not as helpful. This is powerful. I'm getting very subtle. I'm only at 5% opacity here, but okay, I think that's pretty good. I think the fire is starting to come together now. I'm going to make one more layer. I'm just going to play around a little bit here. Sometimes it's kind of nice if the fire has like a warmth to it. I always make the air really dense and really like thick, kind of. Oops. Control D. Had something selected there. Yeah, it's too much. Let's try this. Try to capture that fog, you know. Let's see. Let's do 10%. Okay. Okay, so let's just leave it there for a little bit. Let's just leave it there for now, actually. I think, because we have some implied lighting from off screen, from the right and left, so let's try and use these layers, or lighting layers here, to capture that, these lights. Who knows what their sources are, but I'm going to treat them like firelight. So let's just, it's too much, 4%. Just a little bit of warmth here. And what about there? That helps. Helps to really just zoom out all the time. So I'm also thinking about, because there's characters in this scene too. I'm just doing the background right now, but there are going to be characters in here. Kind of one in the middle, one on the right, one on the left. So they each have their own kind of lighting. And then this one in the middle, the prominent figure here, is going to be popped out by the contrasts here. So there's going to be a lot going on in the front. I probably won't get to compositing the characters in this video because I don't know how long it's been, but it's already getting kind of long. In fact, I might wrap it up pretty soon here because I think I've shown you guys a lot of the stuff I do. So maybe what I'll do is, like, I just want to show you something else before I go. It's my last trick. So this fire, so I do this at the end usually because you can't do this with layers. You need to be done with your scene before you're going to do this, because it's a pretty destructive workflow. But it's necessary, I think, if you're compositing fire effects in this. So I've flattened my layer here, and I've got my smudge brush. And because the effect is kind of this fire is like a liquid. It's like a gas, but it kind of behaves like a liquid, you know, to me. So I find it helps to make some of these edges pretty like ambiguous, you know. Try to retain as much solid detail as you can, but at the same time, this is going to come to life with the smudging and feel more like flame. And maybe it's still a little bit feels a little bit like a jelly bean or something. But this is kind of the last, I feel like the last important part. And you gotta be careful not to like really change the profile of your fire too much, because you sculpted it like this shape on purpose. But at the same time, you gotta smudge it. You gotta kind of like make it feel like a gas, so you can kind of see comparing from one to the next. One of them feels like it's starting to feel a little bit more like, I don't know, flame. At least it is to me. And then at this point, I might change my brush to the multiply and kind of push and pull around this, because I feel like it feels a bit. I don't know. Still something a bit off on it, so maybe multiply is the wrong way, or maybe it's overlay. And I'm using a very soft brush. I feel like, yeah, you kind of need a very soft brush to get this radiant fire feel. And then if you really want to sell the effect, I find a brush with a little bit of, maybe I'll switch my brush to color dodge. It's the color dodge layer we were talking about before. And just to really kind of give it that sparking fire feel. So there's, you know, there's embers coming off here. And then probably even smudge that too, to be honest, you know, like they're traveling in the direction that they're going, they're, you know, kind of an upward direction here. And something like that. Yeah, I don't know, I might spend more time later on when I'm doing this. And probably the odd one of these should be a lot more prominent, so you can kind of, you know, otherwise if they're all the same size, it sort of breaks the illusion, right? So, anyway, you can paint these by hand, or you can find a brush that will do this for you. But anyway, that's just one. This is just one person's approach to fire. Yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, I don't know if it'll look like that in the final, because I do a lot of experimental stuff, but check back on this illustration. Thanks for watching, I guess. Yeah, this is once again Alex from Tiger Skull RPG. This illustration is part of the Count Macabre and the Legions of the Night collection. And if you want to yeah, check that out further. You can go to tigerskullrpg.com and download that collection and print them for yourself. And check out the Legendary release, which will include the final illustration and stats and cards and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.